let's go into thumbnail theory. This is going to be, I know you guys are going to hate this, but it's important, okay? Mr. Beast. I know a lot of you will recoil when you see this thumbnail. A lot of you will say, I don't like it. And that's fine. But there are things that we can learn from these thumbnails about why is this style so popular and why is it doing so well. But why I think it's useful to analyze a Mr. Beast thumbnail in particular is that these are probably like more engineered than a fucking McDonald's cheeseburger. Like, this thing has gone through more rounds of testing than probably half the drugs we're willing to put in our body. And there's a lot of theory about thumbnails. And I think the best way that I can kind of explain it to you about how to make a good thumbnail, or kind of the theory going into it, is that we all read manga. We all like manga in some way. Obviously, when you read manga, in English, we read from left to right. In manga, you read the opposite way. It's intuitive for us to read manga a lot of the time, but I'm sure all of you have read a manga that you open it up and maybe your eye went down, and then you go up and you're like, wait, should I have gone, I think it's left then down. But then sometimes there's different panel spreads and you kind of get a little bit confused, right? But the really good mangakas, your eye follows exactly the action line that they want you to follow. And that is what a good thumbnail does too. Your eye is going to be drawn to something, and then it's going to be naturally following what they want. And through that action of giving you a really easy to follow thumbnail, you will get all the information you need to want to engage with something. I don't like this thumbnail style, all right? But YouTube values watch time and they need click-through rate to get it. Click-through rate means they need people to click on your video for them to watch it. If they don't click on it, then YouTube does not serve it. And they do like a bunch of tests. So like, you know, if you have like 8 thumbnails in a square, every time they show your thumbnail and it isn't like the one that they click on, that's like a mark against you. And even if you have the greatest video of all time, it doesn't matter if people don't click on it. There are tons of examples of YouTubers talking about this stuff, and it's true. You need to have a thumbnail people click on. And there's honestly a ton of different theories and opinions, and I don't truly know what the best one is, because if I did, I would have 80 million views every video. Now, obviously, the king of YouTube himself popularized this style of thumbnail, which people don't like. Nobody likes it. But then why does it work? It's annoying. There's like no noise. There's nothing that feels human in this, right? But it's curated. It's specifically curated to draw your eyes. This is a very unnaturally blue sweater. It's definitely been like boosted in the contrast. Same with the sweater here. They are two very distinct colors that are very eye-catching, that are going to draw you in immediately, because really bright colors are really good at doing that. On top of that, when you're here, you're looking at like faces, because as humans, we are literally programmed to look for faces. It is one of the things that our brain wants to do really badly. We want to look for faces, and we respond immediately to emotion. So we're going to see the kind of unhappiness and the happiness, and we're going to see the shackles, and then we're going to kind of discern some information. And we're also going to see the big day 29, which is super legible, easy to read. On top of this, the background is very unimposing. It doesn't take away from your eye at all. Your eye is only focused on the things that they want you to focus on. This is one of his older videos where he tips a pizza delivery guy. You know, you can see right away, dark t-shirt on a dark background, blends in really well. So the only thing your eye immediately sees is this guy with a facial reaction of like, I guess, awe, but it's not really clear. You know, this is really fucking blurry, and money like this, it sounds like a lot, but it doesn't really give you anything. Every normal person will tell you, hey, I like this thumbnail more. The problem is your brain sees this one quicker. It doesn't, I know you like this one more. I like this one more. Nobody fucking likes this shit. I hate how this shit looks. But your brain is fucking dumb. It's frustrating. Everyone hates this, but it's true. Mr. Beast even made this video. Again, the pizza box is way more apparent. In the previous one, you don't really know it's a pizza guy. The guy's wearing a very bright colored Domino's jacket. I don't know if he actually was in the video. The key is a much more powerful mental image in our mind for like value. Now, the issue is that obviously this is still 6 years ago. The background is really blown out, but at least it's not nighttime now. Like, so we are getting nothing. We're getting negative impact from this background, whereas this one helps at least contrast the figures that we're supposed to be looking at. The pizza box looks weird. Of course it's fucking weird. Nobody holds a fucking pizza box like this. But you can see it's a pizza now. You know, they might even, good point, they might make it like a red key or a blue key, something that stands out more. You have to think like, it's annoying. Nobody likes this thumbnail style, but there's a reason why everyone's doing it, because it's working. This is another one. This is like a Ryan Trahan, very popular YouTuber. There is absolutely zero chance in hell this is even remotely a picture that was taken. You know what I mean? First of all, you can't get on a train and have it lit like this. Second of all, you can't get on a train with no people in Japan. Where is that? On top of that, look at this background. You got Fuji, you got Sakura. It doesn't make any fucking sense. None of this makes sense. But you immediately are drawn with your brain, because your brain is dumb. You see the Mount Fuji, you think Japan. You can already discern that, if it wasn't obvious by the giant Pokemon train too. But it's all very bright. It all draws you. And this one is really kind of smart, because the way a train cabin is laid out is naturally drawing you in like this. And your eyes do want to gloss over the kind of Japanography there. Even I've done this video style. I've tried every thumbnail style. You know, I'm not against trying every style, because I just like to see how it works. Some I find like creatively fulfilling, some I don't. And I've tried this style too. And I can tell you what is real and what isn't real in this thumbnail, because I fucking did it. This laptop was one that I was actually holding. Everything else was not. This is my actual laptop though. I just posed in front of a green screen like this, pulled a face, and then Mudan and his boys did the editing magic and got it done. Now look, I don't like this style. I know that's very hypocritical of me, because I do it, but here's the truth. I've done pretty much every like thumbnail style there is. We've tried everything. And I like trying everything, because I think experimenting is really important. And I think you should experiment as a creator, and you should not be married to a style unless you really found one that you like, right? So you need to experiment. You don't have to do it like this kind of horrible uncanny valley style, right? You don't have to do it like this. But I think these thumbnails at a most like a raw and basic level are very good at exempling of like how to draw your eye. This video didn't perform well, by the way. You know, copying the most popular thumbnail style does work. Like, it does work. But you also leave yourself being vulnerable to being forgettable. There are a lot of generic white guys like me posing and doing stuff like this, right? Like, the truth is that like, if you are just copying, you are never going to stand out. And I think having some kind of like original signifier is better. And I think audiences feel better about doing that, right? You know, like when you look at like a Chris video, he's always got this like kind of like red text. You know it's a Chris video from this, right? He's got some kind of branding, and his thumbnails, you know, somewhat reminiscent to this, but a little bit better. Discerning your thumbnails is important, but you need to stand out. So just remember that. I'm going to be honest, maybe this is a controversial one, but I'm going to say it anyway. People don't fucking want AI thumbnails, bro. They look like shit. Nobody likes it. Okay, it might work for you, and maybe it's better for you than to try and learn graphic design yourself. But the truth is, people want stuff made by other people. And when you see AI thumbnail, what they think is someone taking shortcuts. They know that you are lazy, and they want intentionality. Audiences want that. And again, I'm not saying that you won't get a 1 million view video. You might. But what I'm saying is, over time, as a creator, people don't want this. And they want more from you. Third of all, this is one of my favorite thumbnails. This is from a channel called Ahoy. I think they do these beautiful minimalist thumbnails. It's funny because it's just a burger on a blue background. There is nothing clickbait about this. But when you look at it, you think, damn, that's aura. Dude just put a fucking burger on a thumbnail and it's got 2 million views. There's a beautiful composition here, and there's a confidence that exudes from this thumbnail. Whatever is being talked about in this video, the guy knows his shit. And there's a level of intrigue that you want to know what it's about. And that's really important sometimes too. So you don't have to do this style. This can work, and it works really well. There are a lot of like educational channels too that use this kind of minimalist style. It's about conveying a style and confidence to a viewer, saying, hey, this is a fucking good video. Fourth, very important point. It's really important to know where the viewer is going to look and where they're going to kind of put their attention. And as you can see, there's kind of like these grids. Nearly every like software will allow you to turn on these grids, and cameras too. It's called the rule of thirds. It's kind of the core concept of composition in a frame. We can go all into this kind of stuff, but generally speaking, your eyes want to land somewhere here. A third is for the figure, and then there is normally a subject and maybe something else. And so here, I have me, my initial reaction, you see my first, and then you see this looping. You are trying to get them to follow your manga panel. You are trying to tell a story in this thumbnail in 0.1 seconds to someone's eyes. I always think that it's important to not repeat yourself in the title and thumbnail. I mean, you can break this rule a lot, and a lot of people do, but generally speaking, anything you say in the thumbnail doesn't also need to be said in the title. Like if I put 800, like we pulled an $800 card, I won't say we pulled an $800 card in the title. It'll be like, I spent $2,000 wasting on cards, or I opened cards with Pete. I don't know what the title was. The thumbnail is the first thing they see, right? And the title below fills them in on information. Boom, I look at this, and the title gives me more information. 4-bite burger. This one, I'm not getting a lot of information intentionally. There is a vagueness to it that has confidence, but let's pull up another example. My eye is drawn. I see a pizza delivery guy. I see a key. I ordered pizza and tipped the house. That then tells me everything I need to know about the video, right? And even then, it's just about getting them to click on it. They don't have to fully understand the video. You can tell people when they get to the video what the video is. You know, you don't have to fully explain everything in the thumbnail and title. You are trying to just get people to click on it. People are pretty willing to like hear you out. They are willing to give you time in the first 5 seconds to explain it. Experiment a lot. We try tons of different styles on this channel. Even on the ConnorDawg channel, you can scroll down. People fucking hate this style and they love the drawn ones more, right? Like people like that, but we run a lot of experiments. You know, we try, and sometimes these ones for certain types of content, like where I'm outside, perform a lot better. So don't be married to one style. Try. If a video does badly, that's fine. Try another style. It's okay. You are always learning, and your viewers will only get pissed off at you if you never upload. Look, I don't feel like yippee about this. I don't like that we have to put a fake fucking New York City in the background, but the lighting of the background complements the main thing and the silly review thing. It's very eye-catching. You know, review, pizza, me. And then the title will explain, I tried every pizza in New York City or something, right? And so it's important to experiment because as well, like I'm not from New York, I'm British. So the concept for my viewers is quite strong. My next point is, yeah, invest in an artist or graphic designer or learn. If you have the means to do so, like it might not be a bad idea to invest an amazing artist because Chick and plenty of the other thumbnail artists we've hired over the time are extremely talented and really do kind of enhance the videos. There is like an amazing aura, I think, that comes from a video like this with a thumbnail that's so beautiful and so well drawn. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to invest. If you can make it yourself, that's great. And if you can learn, even better. But if you can't, maybe you can get some serious inspiration from an artist who can bring a different perspective to it. Having someone else kind of put their creative input is really helpful for giving you a new perspective on what might be good or what might work. A high quality thumbnail will inspire confidence in a viewer. It doesn't have to be slop YouTube clickbait. It's about intentionality. What you are putting across to the viewer, they understand that. It's very, very important. This fucking burger is so fucking, I love this thumbnail. I think it's an amazing thumbnail.